Today for Mousetrap Monday, we're going to catch a big old rat in the chicken coop with this antique snap style trap. This thing was built to last. It's over 100 years old. It's made out of solid hardwood. It has a powerful spring, a sensitive trigger, and in the past, someone put a lot of work into making sure this would catch rats for generations. They riveted metal to the bottom. That adds quite a bit of weight. This is a very stout and powerful trap. Now, usually I show the patent numbers of this trap, but it never received a patent. You can barely read it, but right here it says Vim. I couldn't find the Vim rat trap in my references. I didn't know who made it, so I reached out to other collectors on Facebook. It didn't take long to get a response. I discovered this was a very early trap made by the Lovell Manufacturing Company of Erie, Pennsylvania. They were in business between 1883 and 1947, and over the years they manufactured a variety of things, including rat and mouse traps. I have a mouse trap made by them. They also made bed springs, dryers, and ringers. If you flip the mousetrap over, you can see an advertisement for Anchor brand ringers, best on earth, everyone warranted by Lovell Manufacturing Company, Erie, Pennsylvania, USA. And over time, the rat trap designs changed. This was one of the first. Based on the spring and the shape of this trap, this dates from 1900 to 1903. Back then, snap traps were very new. The first snap-style mouse and rat traps were invented by a man named William Hooker, who received a patent on November 6, 1894. He initially sold his traps under the brand name Out of Sight. I have an early Out of Sight rat trap here, and it's very similar in design to our Vim trap. They both have a large spring that expands. It's smaller on this side and gets bigger, same with this one. And the kill bar wraps around the front. You can see that goes past the wood. So does the Vim trap. The major difference is this is much heavier, made out of thicker wood, but the trigger system is basically the same. So around the turn of the last century, this is what the new style of rat trap looked like. Before that, they had a style of snap trap known as a tombstone that looked like this. You can see why they called these tombstones. Pretty obvious. This was an L-shaped trap. They had a powerful spring too. You pull this up, that would come down with quite a bit of force. In the back here, we have a lever, a trigger system, and a spring. Now both these tombstone traps were also made by the Lovell Manufacturing Company. If you flip them around, you can see the tags. We have the Star model and the Erie model. The thing I don't like about these traps is the trigger system is not very sensitive. Right here, there's a hook that holds the lever. It goes through the wood. The problem is the rat has to pull up on this with quite a bit of force to release the lever and get killed with the kill bar. So the trigger system on the flat style trap is more sensitive. They don't have to pull up. Instead, they push down. Now these aren't the only brand of rat traps that Lovell Manufacturing Company made. They also made several different models of the flat style rat trap. Here's some other brands they sold, including the Dead Easy, Set Easy, and Sure Catch. And the Sure Catch is the same brand as the Mousetrap. For several decades, they appeared in hardware store catalogs and they were sold by the dozen. They're all the same basic design. We have the kill bar that wraps around, the powerful spring. These two traps have a safety catch. You just pull it up, pull back the kill bar, latch it in place. First you have to pull back the lever though. There, that should save your fingers. But the ones I really want to test out are the first designs that are over 100 years old. For the Vim wrap trap, we'll pull back the kill bar, put over the lever, and hook it in. Watch your fingers. That thing's just ready to break a rat's neck. You put a little bait on the trigger and a rat will come along. This is a really cute rat. This was sent to me by a YouTube viewer named Becca. Thanks, Becca. She sells these on positivelycozy.com. I'll put the link down below. It's really cute. Too bad it's going to be a test for a lot of different traps. The rat's going to come along, want the bait, push it down just ever so slightly. Bam, right on the head. And the weight's so heavy, it's going to be hard for the rat to pull it off. Now I'm going to set two traps side by side, the old Vim and the Tombstone. With this one, you pull back the kill bar, hook it in on top, latch it with the bait hook. Then the rat's going to want to get the bait on the hook, pull it up. When they do, smashed. Help me name our new stuffed mouse. Leave a comment down below. But otherwise, we're going to go set these up in the chicken coop and see if we can get two rats with the Tombstone or the Vim trap. Let's go get the motion cameras. Hey, that worked out really well. In the past 2 nights, we got 2 rats with our antique traps. The first night, we caught one in the Vim Snap Trap, and the second night, the Tombstone Trap. In this case, it wasn't as powerful. The rat moved around a little bit and set off the second trap, but we got it. To remove it, you pull back the kill bar and give it a little flip. I'm always amazed a trap over 100 years old still works. We have 2 rats. Let's go set them up with motion cameras and see what wild animals come and have a feast of a big old rat. I really enjoy checking the trail cameras to see what wild animals came along and found the rodents we caught in the traps, and 2 rats are a really big meal. Now that skunk didn't want to have anything to do with the dead rat, it passed it up, but soon after an opossum came along and it chewed that thing whole. It didn't take long to crunch all those bones up and swallow that rat, and then lick its fingers clean. Now on the second rat, I put it on my porch because I have 2 gray foxes coming, and I wanted to see if they'd eat it. The only thing that came was the neighbor's cat, and cats don't want to have anything to do with dead rodents. They like catching them alive. So I moved the rat to the beaver dam, and it didn't take long for a great blue heron to come along. Now this was really disappointing. The motion camera has a timer on it, and it turned off right when that heron swallowed the rat. I would have loved to see that big blob go down its gullet. Then later that night, a raccoon came. It could smell the dead rat, but it didn't get a meal. That's too bad. I'm just always amazed at the huge variety of wild animals that eat rodents. I'm almost done filming this video, and the last step is I need to photograph a thumbnail. Having a good thumbnail image is so important and can be the difference between a video going viral and being a complete flop. People are so visual and they tend to click on videos with eye-catching thumbnails. Now if you look at the YouTube trending page, you'll see most of the thumbnail images are highly photoshopped and almost look cartoonish. I prefer to use photography and take an eye-catching image that's real. Now I found that having a dead rat in a trap will get a lot of clicks, but it also gets you in trouble with the YouTube censorship. By far my most successful thumbnail images have live animals in them. That's why I have the pet mice. Well, recently I went to the pet store and got 2 pet rats. Let me show them to you. Here's my first new pet rat. She's a young female and she's completely hairless. I saved her from the pet store being snake food. She's gonna be the new thumbnail model. Some people might think she's ugly. I think she's kind of cool looking. But I also got a large male that looks more wild. Let me show you him. Here's my other new rat. This is a really big male. He looks wild. He seems to like to move around and not stay still. He probably doesn't like the smell of the traps. I'm going to take a photo of him. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider clicking the button right there. I'm posting videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you want to see how to catch mice, rats, squirrels, chipmunks, moles, voles, and gophers, stay tuned. And help me name our naked rat, our brown male rat, and our new little stuffed rat.